Part 18. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 171. After the end of the school into the Whitebeard. He was moved by another emotion, and sent out a newly learned poem. Of course. What he mainly expressed was the latter sentence. For a new day. Ace is the #1 little fan brother of Whitebeard's father. Loud applause. To be honest, I don't know if he understood. As for whether the others have heard it, Whitebeard said that he will not explain it to these uneducated people. Therefore, he came to the idea that education should be grasped. But for Whitebeard's declaration of the world of pirates, after the shock. But it was a sudden ridicule that spread throughout the entire Marin Fando area. It's not just the Admiralty who are whispering jokes. More of the ridicule came from the pirates. In the 7 Martial Seas, Doflamingo, who eats both black and white, laughed. Laughing until my stomach hurts. He was originally a Tianlong 590 person, and secretly provided human slaves for the Tianlong people. It also controls the research and development of artificial devil fruits. Carrying the navy behind his back, he sells artificial devil fruits on the black market. The first big customer to bear the brunt is naturally Kaido's 100 Beast Pirates. Not only Doflamingo, but all the pirates hiding not far away, but also numerous journalists. These words were also quickly sent to the world. That's super big news. Everyone has to see for themselves what Whitebeard is going to do. Whitebeard, do you think others will believe you when you say this? If the pirates were to be handled so easily, our navy would have done it a long time ago. How can it become the current situation? The results of the battle muttered. Whitebeard shook his head calmly. That's because the whole world doesn't have a strong government. There is no force that can deter everyone, and it cannot easily disrupt order. There is no strong rule or restraint that can protect all ordinary people, or ordinary races. It's what it looks like now. Whitebeard paused, standing in mid-air and looking around. The green dragon swelled and surrounded the sky. So, I'm here with Whitebeard. I've had benefits and support that no one else could have imagined. I have gained a strategic platform and strategic partners with close relationships and full exchanges and cooperation. I have even gotten the powerful power that can single-handedly suppress the whole world. Whitebeard said loudly, and majestic power gushed out. The tremendous shaking power of the shock fruit quickly spread through the void. It seems to follow Whitebeard's breathing. The whole world is shaking with it. Facing this tremendous pressure, the current pirates, and the navy. There was also an inexplicable vibration in my heart. It seems that as long as I make a move, your body will betray you, which will cause your body to collapse. And in the sky, the green dragon roared in the air. Click. The roar passed through the ripples of vibration, as if it were inviting someone. Then, seeing Whitebeard, he seemed to be going crazy. Sengoku naturally couldn't sit still. But the first to do it was naturally the 7 Martial Seas. Although it is said to be beaten with soy sauce, it should be salted fish. But he was pulled over by the navy, and he always had to make a move. Eagle Eye, one of the 7 Martial Seas, is known as the world's great swordsman. One of the supreme fast knives on his back, 12 workers. His eyes were solemn and he brandished a broadsword. And seeing the 7 Martial Seas, it seems that he is going to test it. Whitebeard shook his head and roared. The burly body exudes a powerful momentum. At the same time, the roar shook the sky. The old man doesn't have the time to play with you. You will only know until you have experienced the despair of being crushed. What does it mean that there are people outside the world, and there are heavens outside the sky? Whitebeard's voice fell. The inexplicable power of vibration has been strengthened dozens of times. I saw a slight wave of his hand. When the air shook, everyone seemed to be turning the world upside down. The whole Marin Fando, just in an instant, made a muffled sound. The ground shook and cracked, and the house collapsed in an instant. If you read a violent novel, go to Feel Novel Network. At the same time, dozens of hurricanes, connecting the heavens and the earth, rolled up the wind. Everyone looked at the scene before their eyes as if it were the end of the world. And the burly figure that stood in the air like a god. Marin Vando. Damn, what kind of power is this? Titch let out a low sigh of shock and confusion. Over the past few decades, he has known Whitebeard very well. With Whitebeard's body, he has long been unable to fight with all his strength. If you fight with all your might, I'm afraid there is only one way. That is death. His body can no longer withstand his strength zero. Can be. Today. But in the Navy, the response was also extremely swift. A powerful force strikes. Neither the sky nor the earth are safe places. Must attack Whitebeard. Kai Wuhei chose Mingge to protect his life and did not contribute to his work. But as a vice admiral, and marshal of the Navy, he was a strong man. But I can't sit back and watch. I saw that the warring states were scattered with golden light, like a big Buddha. This is the form of the admiral, the warring states of the Buddha, and the great Buddha. The general pheasant exudes a frozen breath. Want to freeze the towering waves of the sea swept up by the hurricane. But just as soon as it froze, it was blown away by a hurricane. Then there was another stack of huge waves. The general, Akainu, was covered in flames, and violent lava fluctuations surged in his fists. Whitebeard that rushes straight into the air. And the general yellow ape is a pinch of both hands. 8-foot hook jade. Countless points of light converged and burst towards Whitebeard. Admiral and Marshal. The four of them attacked in unison, and it only happened in an instant. In the eyes of all who watch, Whitebeard seems to be mortal. But, surprisingly, Whitebeard didn't make any movements, just watched quietly. A shield spreads around you. The strength of the four people was completely resisted, without the slightest wavering. It's so weak. With such a weak force, how can you solve the pirates in 1.9? With such a weak force, how do you keep ordinary people safe? With such a weak force, how can you overthrow the rule of the celestial dragons? Such a weak force, how can you stop me? Whitebeard whispered, and the voice spread throughout the entire 100-mile Marin Vando, hundreds of miles around. Haha, then add me another one. Whitebeard. Kaido of the Beasts has appeared. Under the oppression of Whitebeard's powerful power, even hiding not far away was affected by Whitebeard. He knew that it was Whitebeard who was forcing himself to fight. Desserts. Sweet tooth. Before I kill you, you're going to give me the sweets. Another roar was heard. It's the Big Mom pirates who have appeared. Strategy for the All Heavens dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 172. Marin Vando, at the moment the storm is shaking. It seems that the next moment, it will completely crack open and sink to the bottom of the sea. At this time, all the naval warships do only one thing. That is to save people quickly. Rescue the Navy soldiers onto the ship. This is no longer a battlefield for them. And in the midst of live broadcasts around the world, in the holy land of the Dracoians, the Battle of Mariajo has come to a fast end. The Draconians have been completely captured or killed by the Whitebeard pirates. And in Marin Vando, Navy Buddha Sengoku, Red Inu, Yellow Ape, Blue Pheasant. The four of them attacked so strongly that they couldn't even break Whitebeard's shield. It was incredible for all. That Buddha Warring States is known as the man who stands at the apex of the Navy. The other three generals, that is also not sparing at all. A powerful attack that doesn't do any damage to Whitebeard. Is this the man who is said to have the power to destroy the world? It's so strong. Look, the four emperors Kaido and Anti, the two of them are also here. I don't know if the redhead Shank-05 is here. And in Maranvando. Whitebeard looked at Kaido and Ant as they arrived. His eyes flashed. The green dragon shook his body, turned into the main body, and returned to Whitebeard's hand. The cold sword light swayed lightly. Holding the cloud in his hand, the Whitebeard's eyes flashed. Let me show you, what is crushing, what is despair. A deep voice with majestic power. Let the warring states and the yellow ape and others feel tight. Whitebeard's words made it clear that he hadn't done his best at all. And he, now is going to show his strength. As he said in his words, the power to suppress the world. I saw the Whitebeard flying high. Holding Kong Yunch with both hands, there was no preparation for anything, just a slash. Swish. In the middle of a knife, everything is silent. Like a dragon swinging its tail. The giant tail streaked across the sea and across Marinfondo. In a split second. In the eyes of all. I saw that the water of the sea was divided into two sides, and the deep ravines left behind could be seen at the bottom of the sea. The whole of Marinfondo was divided into two halves from the center. The incision is smooth and flat, and with the separated sea water, it is divided into two sides. If you look at it from the heavens, we'll see. The sea, which was separated by Whitebeard's knife, could not be reunited for a long time. The length reached a distance of almost 1,000 miles. Such power, such power. It's all on display in the entire pirate world. Whether it is the Admiral, or the four emperors Kaido and Anti. When they faced that knife in an instant, they seemed to be suppressed by the will of the knife. Look down at the sea that had been divided. They all know it. From this moment on, the world of pirates is about to change completely. They are not stupid. Whitebeard even said that inside the torn heavenly vault. But there are many people who are stronger than him. Those are his partners, his friends. He didn't even need those people to help him. By yourself, you can suppress everyone in this world. Maybe. Whitebeard doesn't even need to make a move. Just by relying on the pirates, they can run rampant in the whole world. Just when everyone is thinking. Whitebeard put away his knife and stood up, and said calmly. Sengoku. Rescuing Ace is just incidental. What I want to save is this whole world of slavery and killing. That's how sincere I have to be. Show absolute strength without hurting a single person in the Navy for no reason. This is what Whitebeard calls sincerity. Even Marinfondo is now almost destroyed. But neither the warship nor the Navy fighters did any damage. These are all in the eyes of the warring states and others. If you read a violent novel, go to Filu Novel Network. Whitebeard, what kind of world do you want? Akainu asked hatefully. Whitebeard knows the character of Akainu. Regardless of the original fate. At least Akainu has always carried out its so-called justice. And myself, what I wanted at that time. It's just that it belongs to itself, with its sons. A world full of affection. And now, in the fate I saw, I failed. The Whitebeard pirates were also almost wiped out. The whole world. Or the Draconians are high up and enslave everything. Between the Navy and the pirates, there is an endless battle. Those who really pay attention to ordinary people are very few among the pirates. The Navy is not bad, but it is ruled by the Draconians. How the celestial dragon people treat ordinary people, that is known to everyone. So, this time, it's up to you to make a change. With so much help from the source, with the help of partners from all walks of life. It is only a matter of time before the whole world is transformed. Think for a moment. Whitebeard's expression was straight, and Chen Sheng said. What I want is an ordinary world. A world without the oppression and enslavement of the Draconians, and without the rampant killing of pirates. A world where all people can be treated and communicated with equally. An ordinary peaceful world. That's why you, Whitebeard, are fighting so much this time? Sengoku and the others still don't believe it? After all, you're a pirate. Still such a powerful pirate. After you rule the world. Aren't you the next Draken? Hear the words of Sengoku and others. Whitebeard shook his head. The idea of the so-called class solidification of the world aristocracy has simply penetrated into the whole world. And he has a Whitebeard of 350 sons. Today in front of everyone. Kill the Draconians. In order to remove the boulder that weighed on everyone's heads. Instead of being a new boulder, press it on. Seemingly. Ideological education, cultural education. We need to spread the whole world as soon as possible. Don't believe me, no. Why don't we do this together? Akainu, don't you want justice? Isn't that justice for the Draconian? Now, I will erase the celestial dragons, and the justice you will follow the rules and exercise is the real justice. The warring states, the same goes for the world government. I want to build a new world government. A world government that belongs to all, not to the Draconians. As for the pirates, I said it. In the future, there will be no more pirates in our world. Whitebeard's voice fell. But it was Kaido who laughed. Whitebeard, you're dreaming. Whitebeard glanced at Kaido. It's not a dream, just look at it. But both of you deserve to go to hell. Whitebeard said something that a few people didn't understand. Then he clenched his fists and said to the sky. I need to trouble you today. The world of pirates, unification, and the battle of Purge. Here we go. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 173. The End of the Pirate World. That is, the Battle of Unification. Whitebeard naturally needs the help of the raiders. The world is so big, it depends on its own sons. That's going to have to be when. And I just saw my own strength, and with my own strength, forcibly subdued the whole world. That's just a high-handed force. There is an old saying in Kyushu that after you have to give a stick, you have to give a devil fruit. That's what it means. It's not easy to integrate the whole world. Whether it's pirates, or navy, or all kinds of races, there are islands scattered throughout the world. It's not a group of pirates like yourself, who can have fun. I still need to ask for help from all walks of life. At this time, all walks of life are in a moment of stability. There are no world raiders to play, and no new dungeons to open up. Among the Holy Land Mariajo. Here, at this moment, it is no longer the Holy Land of the Celestial Dragons. The captured Draconians have all been arrested and are waiting for trial. In a makeshift conference room. There are commanders from all walks of life, and there are strong people such as navies and pirates in the pirate world. Little Crane, I can't believe that there is such a magical place. Carp said incredulously. Is called a little crane, others think it's a little girl. Actually, it's an old lady. And the Admiral Sengoku is still in a tangle. After all, if there is a sudden change of dynasty, you have to give him some time to stabilize his mind. Is the Navy also going to be reorganized and purged? Sengoku still asked with some concern. Whitebeard smiled and said in a deep voice. As I said, the Navy is mainly about restructuring. When our new world coalition government is formed, the first thing we will do is to deal with the pirates. And as for the Navy, without pirates, the Navy wouldn't need that much. But we also have to learn from other worlds. Have a full range of services. And not only the Navy. Whitebeard paused when he said this, and looked at these admirals in the former Navy. And in the future, in addition to maintaining the world, you also need to attack the secret realm. Especially those who are keen on adventure. Give me all the secret realms, don't catch your own world. Whitebeard and others need to take their time. There are a lot of things to talk about. Fortunately, all walks of life have been very handy about this. What needs to be done and how to do it? There are many professionals who can help. Whitebeard only needs to control the overall situation in the general direction, and it is enough. But it will definitely take a long time. The world of pirates is entering a new stage of reform and stability. I won't go into details. And in the source. In the past few days, what has appeared in the dungeon world has attracted the attention of many people. It was the abyss world where the demon god was before. Right now, it is the so-called reincarnation that appears in the world of Whitebeard. I didn't expect that in the heavens and all worlds, there would be such a force. Yang Zheng looked at the article information at the top of the headlines of this hospital. Your Majesty, this kind of reincarnation force is the moment when the person who dies is pulled into the so-called reincarnation space. Then he regained his soul and sanity, and sent him to various worlds to carry out raids. However, their strength is too weak. Hearing Li Si's words, Yang Zhen nodded. What kind of reincarnation is this? The mortality rate is extremely high. Moreover, the so-called reincarnation main god of the reincarnation space does not dare to invade a certain world on a large scale. If you read a violent novel, go to Phila Novel Network. Compared to the abyss, it is far worse. Just pay more attention to this matter. The main thing right now, in addition to helping the pirate world, is to help the pirate world. Focus on those high-tech realms. Especially the latest one. Li Si knew what Yang Zhen was talking about. Your Majesty, the secret realm of the Starship Clan, and the Avatar secret realm. Now a two-front battle has begun. It's not that hard. It's just that we're interested in the insect god. That kind of psychic ability is excellent research material. Therefore, the strategy of that world may require Your Majesty to have a small meeting with all walks of life. Let's talk about it. Expand the war. Engage in an interstellar war across the stars. It's also a military training. Yang Zhen was thoughtful. In the secret realm of the Starship Troopers, expand the war and conduct interstellar wars. Rather than being confined to a bug planet. It should be a training place for all walks of life. Fight against the so-called Federation of Humans, as well as the Zerg. That's a good idea. I'll wait for a video conference with Emperor Ming, the elders of Kyushu, the leader of the ninja world, the great sage of the demon clan, and the leader of the pirates. What about the Avatar secret realm? Seeing Yang Zheng asked. Li smiled. Your Majesty, this world is easy. On the planet Pandora, after taking away the technology of the Human Federation. Just drive them away. When the time comes, the task will be completed. The planet Pandora will manifest itself in the origin. We have communicated with the sacred tree of the planet Pandora. The sacred tree said that it had reached an agreement with the origin. Yang Zhen didn't know about this matter. Squinting his eyes, he asked. Oh. Pandora's star sacred tree, can you actually reach an agreement with the origin? Tell me about it. Li Si smiled and put down the spiritual tea in his hand. That's right, Your Majesty. The sacred tree said, after driving out the Human Federation. The entire planet Pandora and its entire galaxy will become a subordinate of the origin and manifest into the origin's starry sky. And its avatar race, in the form of mercenaries, can be hired by all walks of life. All kinds of creatures on its planet can be used to cooperate with our research, but they can't hurt their lives. Moreover, they will develop the energy minerals of Pandora planet and conduct business activities with all walks of life. This sacred tree is a good idea. Sheltered by the source. Yang Zheng said with a chuckle. Then his face turned straight. It's a pity we're still too weak. We still need the UN master to worry about us. The strength of the three-body civilization is not something we can tackle now. Three-body civilization, a new world of pure demonic matter. It's incredibly powerful. In that world, there is a powerful civilization that can restart the universe. It's unimaginable. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 174. Video conferencing from all walks of life. The whole process is broadcast live in all major countries of the world. It's not a big deal, so there's no need to go to the Raiders Hall and have a meeting. Interstellar War Training. This is the theme of this video conference. At this meeting, representatives of the scattered forces participated. The power of the Five Kingdoms, as well as the newest power of the Reserve Kingdom, are among them. Ladies and gentlemen, this video conference. We will start an all-round war against the dungeon, the secret world of Starship Troopers. This war will also be among the major forces in our origin. The first real, interstellar war. The words of the great elder of Kyushu suddenly made waves. For interstellar wars, the people who feel it the most should belong to the Kyushu forces. Interstellar war training? I'm still slashing zombies with a knife, and the military is ready to start an interstellar war? It's not an interstellar war. I didn't listen to what the elder said. Is it a military training? Don't make a noise, keep watching. In this regard, forces from all walks of life have received news in advance. Naturally, the central idea of this video conference is known. Just listen to the great elder continue. This interstellar war, the most important thing, is to lay the foundation for our future interstellar war. 240. Deepen the experience of our various forces against interstellar warfare. Cultivate a large number of warriors who can control starships, interstellar war commands, and starcraft. And which secret world is it? Let's let Emperor Ming talk about it. Emperor Ming waved his hand in the video. Let's not talk nonsense. After our discussion. In the end, the goal of the strategy was placed in the secret realm of the Galaxy Clan. There's an interstellar Zerg here, and there's a human federation. They have a lot of experience in interstellar warfare. And we can let them spar and increase the military literacy of interstellar warfare in all walks of life. Emperor Ming said this and stopped. In the light curtain, a question came. He is the leader of the world's society. Gangmaster, do you have any questions to ask? Emperor Ming said softly. Xianba responded with a fist, and then said. The old man just asked, for the matter of interstellar war, do you need transcendent intervention? Of course it does. The elder over there in Kyushu nodded. For this interstellar war, it was an all-of training. It is also an opportunity for us to develop and test the Shenkong Air Force. At the same time, it is also necessary to make martial arts, immortals, magic, and professionals extraordinary. Adapting to interstellar warfare. Therefore, all walks of life can choose to send people into the secret world for large-scale military training. Reserve country forces, pirate world, New World Coalition government. There are many people who participate in video conferences with Whitebeard. These people, naturally, know what is called interstellar warfare. It was a war on the scale of the cosmic galaxy. And not on a planet, slapstick. This is an opportunity, and our Navy must prioritize splitting up a space force. Sengoku proposed. That's right, and we have to look for some intellectual talent on the continents and islands. Enter this space force and do deep learning. The yellow ape also nodded and added. But now in the world of pirates, there are still many things to do. Hundreds of thousands of troops, as they always say in the worlds, are just a drop in the bucket. After being assigned, the control of his own world will be greatly reduced. Trade-offs have to be made. In the end, it was Whitebeard who made the decision. Give priority to complete control of the pirate world and establish 6 reincarnations. As for the interstellar training, what's so much fun about the sea for those adventurous pirates? If you read a violent novel, go to Philo Novel Network. Let's go on an adventure under the stars. But the only thing to remember, that's the original treaty and statute. And, now we have to hurry up and rectify the adjustment of the military department. You know by now, a little pirate world. Devil fruits, they're just small things. So, I hope you can look beyond here. It's more about looking at the stars and the heavens. Star Training Program. This is a goal that needs to be implemented in the long term. It's not like working for 2 days and then calling it a day. Maybe years, decades, even centuries. A steady stream of them, in this world of low technology level. Raise your own space force. This is the goal of the forces of the worlds. Don't think that it looks like the ninja world, or Dakin. The extraordinarily powerful power nation will not take technology seriously. That's wrong. After all, I learned from Kyushu, what is stability. The transcendent side and the technology side are parallel, and that is called stability. Not only will I should be united, but also need to lead the whole people to ascend together. So, guys, this time the agenda is so decided. With the words of the great elder of Kyushu. Every scattered force, and every kingdom power, agreed. At the same time, a celestial announcement came. Starship Troopers Secret Realm quest changes. Information, Technology, Zerg, Galaxy. Mission, raid this secret realm of the universe, no time limit. Reward, based on the solar system, each galaxy will be rewarded according to the contribution level. You can gather a living planet and then distribute rewards. Land of life, fragments of the living planet, which can be integrated into your own world or the location of the sect of forces. Living planet, a complete living planet that can be integrated into the world or placed within the territory of its own control. This announcement is a surprise to you. Not bad. And on the 3rd day after the video conference, people from all walks of life are very interested in the Starry Sky War. Nowadays, each learns martial arts and cultivates immortals. Naturally, the physical fitness is good. Those who are indifferent to killing zombies, many of them, have accordingly called for entering the Space Force and becoming a space warrior. Unfortunately, it is still difficult to join. Just when the worlds are busy for this. There is a laid-back organization, the Skull Alliance. There was actually a special mission. Monster Restricted Dungeon Secret Realm. Godzilla vs. Ghidorah Real-Time Dynamic Dungeon. Info, Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra. Mission, Monsters Awaken, Ravage the Land, Kill or Capture all monsters. Reward, Monster Factor. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 175. Pretty Boy, the leader of the Skull Alliance. I'm so happy today. Parents went to the Demon Clan for special training. So I'm going to call a group of friends from the Skull Alliance to come to Skull Island to get together. However, at this moment, a real-time dynamic dungeon task actually came. Pretty Boy, this is your mission in that world. In the exclusive chat group of the Skull Alliance, I saw that Liangza sent out the real-time dynamic copy information. Xiaodo hurriedly asked. It's a pity that seeing that it's a monster restriction, she cannot participate. Pretty Boy quick open group. Ninetales hurriedly said that he was just bored. Naruto and Hinata these days, are soaking in the Pokken world every day. I don't like to play there. Or is the battle interesting? I'm coming too, wait for me. The Fire Unicorn immediately sent out a message. He didn't want to take care of the children at home, and the 2 water unicorns gave birth to 2 litters of little unicorn cubs for him. It's making a fuss. But he was a strict wife at the time, so he was often controlled by the water unicorn. Wife, I'm going to do something. Huh. Really, you look at the information, the monster limits the copy. I'm going out to earn milk powder money for the kids, not to go out to play. King Kong opens a real-time dynamic dungeon to form a team. 9 llamas join the team. Fire Kirin joins the team. Big Bone joins the team. The Bull Demon King joins the team. Sengoku joins the team. Shao Tsuru joins the team. Margiao joins the team. Bull Ghost joins the team. Langfeng joins the team. Why is there still a cold front in the Big Bone that can join? I can't. Xiaodo said angrily. Maybe it's because Big Bone is a giant of light. Shao'erhe's words made the others nod. And the Bull Demon King, you are a demon clan, and you are also a monster. I manifested my true body, isn't that a monster? Then Langfeng and Margiao still have Sengoku. We're all because it's an animal-based devil fruit. Langfeng replied. Okay, Xiaodo was chattering in pieces, so he could only give up. Beside Margiao, Sengoku inadvertently saw the Secret Realm mission team. So I clicked on it, but I didn't expect it to be added as well. It was his first time in another world. I've been busy with the affairs of the New World Coalition government these days, so I don't have time to brush up on the Secret Realm or something. Another world. It's a different world. Interesting. Margiao, is Whitebeard what led you to become so strong in this other world? Margiao smiled. Yes, that day, Daddy slashed a knife, but he didn't do his best yet. His weapon, but in the entire origin now, there are no more than 5, enhanced add 12 weapons. Boost add 12. Sengoku suddenly remembered the past few days of being a raider. In the source message and communication group, you can see all kinds of messages. The Arad Warrior Secret Realm on the ground, information about enhancements and amplification. Okay, let's not say more, let's do the task for the pretty boy first. Langfeng said. He ate the devil fruit, the fish fruit, the phantom beast species, and the green dragon form left behind by Kaido's death. Nowadays, it is not much better to master, but it is still possible to become a complete body. After all, he is a martial artist who refines his body, and his physique is naturally excellent. Interesting. Incredible, read the violent novel, go to the Filu Novel Network. A handsome man stood in the Origin Copy Square, watching the various live broadcasts on the countless light curtains. Old man Yamamoto, I didn't expect you to come here with me. Aizen squinted at the Incredible. Beside him, it was the captain of the 13th team of the Corp Soul Realm Guardian Court, Yamamoto Moto Yanagi Shijikoku. The old man Yamamoto holds a flowing blade like fire. Glancing at this, Aizen, who had just defected from the Corp Soul Realm. You've seen the fate picture too, Aizen, and in the end you lost. Listening to the words of the old man Yamamoto, Aizen didn't care. If you lose, you lose. But that's just the original fate. And that also proves that relying on external forces, one's own evolution, is imperfect. And here it is. In this secret realm of origin, there are countless ways to evolve. Body, soul, technology transformation. The unseen, the unheard. Old man Yamamoto, let's cooperate. Aizen said suddenly, so that the old man Yamamoto didn't know what he was thinking. If you've seen fate, you should know it. The enemy of our world of death is the one you didn't kill 1,000 years ago. And all this is your own carelessness, your pride, your foolish loyalty to the royal family. Old man Yamamoto didn't refute and looked at all the fate pictures. He knew what he was wrong with. Failure to pay attention to the chaos of the Great Void in the Corp Soul Realm led to the successful rebellion of Aizen. Ignoring the report of the exterminator, he was slain by the all-knowing and all-powerful Uharbuk. You look at the information of other worlds. Emperor Dakin, Emperor Daming, the imperial family is so powerful. But do they exist to serve the nobility? Not really. Their royal family, the nobles, and the commoners, they all exist on an equal footing and prosper together. Just like the human you look down on, in the end he gave up everything and defeated me. Water can carry a boat and capsize a boat. It comes from their words. Aizen said bewildermently. However, even if old man Yamamoto doesn't agree, that's fine. He already has the idea of communicating and cooperating with all walks of life. A corpse soul realm that upholds the royal family and the rule of the nobility. It is destined to be an existence that is disliked by all walks of life in this origin space. Old man Yamamoto is not an idiot. At this time, there are still some ideas in my heart. Looking at the blue dye whose eyes shimmered with inexplicable brilliance. I can't tell what the hell I'm thinking in my heart. Okay, let's work together. Old man Yamamoto has a certain mind, and there is no nonsense. Now, what are you going to do? Aizen listened to the old man Yamamoto ask, and said with a smile. Naturally, we should first find cooperation with forces from all walks of life. The 6 realms of reincarnation, the underworld, the 18 layers of hell. Don't you think it's interesting? Hell. Also available in the world of the Grim Reaper. In ancient times, when there was no corpse realm, it was hell that governed the soul. But after the establishment of the corpse soul realm, hell was robbed of souls. Naturally, furious. Then a crack was opened, polluting the soul, and becoming void. Thus there is the place where Aizen is now. Dotted circles. In. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 176. Old man Yamamoto will not be reassured. Let this guy Aizen avoid himself and communicate with the worlds alone. Who knows if he will be bad in his heart. In a small conference room. It's from a big country. Even the pirate world of the reserve sent people. It's Carp and Akainu. Because hearing is about the aspects of the 6 realms of reincarnation, it comes naturally. When the old man Yamamoto and Aizen arrived at the conference room that had been set, the representatives of the 6 great powers were looking at the light curtain suspended on the table. It's the monster restriction type, the real-time dynamic copy of the pretty boy. This is the same monster that has survived from the ancient times of this world like King Kong. Li Si is free today, and he is talking about some cooperation with Li Shanchang of Daming. I received an invitation from Aizen and old man Yamamoto, and I came over. And Li's finished speaking. 467. In the picture, it looks like a monster of a prehistoric pterosaur. Rushed out of the volcano. Brings out violent lava and black smoke. As soon as the wings are spread, the sky is full of fire. All the cities were destroyed. Humans, like ants, are helpless about it. Right now. A green dragon soared into the air, and a giant with a golden glow all over his body struck at Raton. It's the cold front that ate the fish fruit, and the warring states who ate the fruit of the big Buddha. Liang Rong said with a smile, after all, Langfeng's devil fruit was exchanged between her and the pirate world. Aizen and old man Yamamoto also sat down. At this moment, the screen turned and was placed in another place. I saw a huge 3-headed dragon, scattered with light all over its body. Majestic energy particles, released from its body. Drink. There was a loud roar, and a giant appeared. Giant of light, big bone, Ultraman, Tiga. This giant of light is amazing. How long has it been since the big bone had this inheritance, and it has become so strong? In other words, this Ultraman, known as the Giant of Light, should be a race in the universe. You have to be so good, or you can get stronger. Then this kind of clan is amazing. Li Shanchang said leisurely. Aizen and Old Man Yamamoto are looking at the picture. The battle between the raider and the monster. Needless to say, the raiders naturally have the upper hand. Or even a one-sided situation. But these monsters, don't think they're weak. Alright, two newcomers who call themselves the Grim Reaper are here, let's talk about business first. It's Jiraiya who speaks, and he doesn't usually like meetings. Today I'm going to the Succubus Cafe to collect materials. But I was also called over halfway to have a meeting. On the Demon Clan's side, there are really not many people who can be of great use now. Sun Wukong didn't have time to come, so he asked Zixia to come. If you want to cooperate, you must naturally show sincerity. First of all, Aizen talks eloquently. Talked about the god of death and the sword of slashing, the void and the void circle and the broken face, the destroyer of the teacher, and the spiritual power. Spiritual power. It is the power of the soul that determines the size. It is also the fundamental power of the Grim Reaper, the void, and the annihilator in the world of death. It's like the chakra of a ninja, the internal power of a warrior, and the spiritual power of a cultivator. The demons of hell, because of the death god in the corpse soul world, cannot obtain souls from the human world at will. All spiritual power will naturally decrease and the power will weaken. Corpse soul realm. It is the equivalent of heaven to enter after death, or the Elysium. If you read a violent novel, go to Philu Novel Network. But the corpse soul realm has existed for hundreds of thousands, even millions of years. In the final analysis, up to now, it is nothing more than an extremely feudal society. Its thinking may not be as open and advanced as human beings. But in general, the soul that has ruled the corpse soul realm for so long is naturally strong in the spiritual power it contains. Old Man Yamamoto, after all, is more familiar with the corpse soul realm than Aizen. Therefore, for the situation in the corpse soul realm, it is still up to him to introduce it. Their words. What Aizen has been pursuing is its own evolution and strong power. And the Old Man Yamamoto, pursued. It's just the royal family and the 13 teams of the court guard, the stable rule of the corpse soul realm. Right now, the pursuit of indigo dyeing has not changed. Use this powerful cultivation method of the origin heavens and 10,000 worlds to continue to enrich yourself and strengthen yourself. Thus continue to be strong and continue to evolve. Even the all-knowing and all-powerful kind of friend habit can be sealed and made into a substitute for the Spirit King. It is used to stabilize the existence of all walks of life in the world of the Grim Reaper. This also proves that the so-called omniscience and omnipotence of Yharbak is nothing more than Earl Zero. And the Old Man Yamamoto. Naturally, there are still some entanglements. However, there is no doubt about the strength of Old Man Yamamoto. Even his friend Habich had to play tricks in order to find that momentary opportunity to kill him. After listening to Aizen and Old Man Yamamoto, after the introduction of the world of the Grim Reaper. As for its power system, everyone didn't feel much. Since the source library, there are two paths to the complete world. Compared to the existing cultivation paths of other worlds, they are simply weak. No matter how strong it is, can it be stronger than the Emperor and the Red Dust Immortal who cover the sky with one hand? Even above the Red Dust Immortal, since the Eastern Emperor Tei said, there are also immortal kings and higher unknown realms. Or, compared to the Yang God in the path system, can it be stronger than smashing the vacuum, smashing all concepts, and transcending the human immortals? Or can it be stronger than one thought and one world, the pure Yang Dharma body, the supreme Tai Chi perfection, and the vast Yang God with great powers? Not to mention that above this, there is also the unknown realm on the other side that cannot be described in words. But for the great powers, the focus is no longer on the ceiling, but on its diversity, subsidiarity, and popularity. What I pay more attention to is the slashing knife of the Grim Reaper world. This weapon is based on the soul, and the liberation of the slashing sword, and the liberation of the broken face, the various abilities obtained. This seems to be a kind of enhancement and development that directly targets the power of the soul. You say, can this sword be strengthened and amplified? Or enchant the worlds? 2.5. Lisi's words made several people question. Aizen and Old Man Yamamoto, I don't know what enhancements and amplifications are, and what enchantments there are. Seeing this, Liang Rong pushed the relevant information to the two of them. And then he said, maybe after fusing epic weapons, or after crafting weapons made of spiritual gold. These reinforcements can be done. You'll find out when the time comes. The Zixia fairy on the side also said. And the spiritual power spell, breaking the way, the ghost way, the return path, etc. It's a good kind of development of the speech technique. Moreover, this soul is developed and strengthened together. Perhaps, it can also open up another method of strengthening the soul for the cultivators of the ghost immortal together. That's pretty good. Strategy for the All Heavens dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 177. Ding. 6 Reincarnations Open Exclusive Shop. Exclusive items for the world of death have been put on sale. Buy now to enjoy a 10% discount, the discount time, for 1 day. Shallow Fight, an exclusive item to the world of death. After use, you can develop a natal soul item, slashing sword. Note that the stronger the soul trait, the higher the chance of successful development, and you can use shallow fighting multiple times to develop. Note that it is called the slashing sword, which is actually any form, any type, and appears in line with the soul. The use of the slashing knife and advanced methods, please communicate with the Death World Sanran for details. Note that the slasher can perform operations such as punching and enchanting conventional weapons, but the success rate is related to the strength of the soul. Note that the enhancement and amplification of the slashing knife can only be done when you have a protection ticket. Shallow dozen sales share, 37 points, origin 7. Note that you can upload information such as cultivation techniques, methods, and paths to the origin library. When someone makes a paid review, 5 or 5 points, the origin 5. Well 05. Old Man Yamamoto and Aizen glanced at each other. Since yesterday, I had some exchanges with the forces of various countries. I also took a good look at the origin space. I also went to brush up on the secret realm of the dungeon and went to other worlds to take a look. I experienced it firsthand, but I learned a lot of information. The world of death, in today's origin heavens and 10,000 realms, is not a powerful world. But if you can communicate more with the worlds, you can embark on a win-win cooperation route set by the UN Lord as the origin of the worlds. The follow-up development will definitely be very good. Especially the ghosts, immortals, and Yang gods in the cultivation of the god of Yang. It's just tailor-made for the Grim Reaper, and it's a perfect fit. Compared with some immortal cultivators, the method of ghost cultivation is so strong that I don't know where to go. Blue dying, the shallow score is divided, and my corpse soul realm wants 2%. Aizen heard the words of the old man Yamamoto and glanced at him with a smile. This thing, anyone can see, the follow-up potential. Anyone can come and buy one, even a few more shallow ones. Open your own natal soul equipment. It's not just a slashing sword, but any weapon or defensive weapon that matches your soul. This is an alternative, soul-enhancing practice. It will be given to many people who are not good at cultivating qualifications and talents. Brings a lot of help. It's sustainable income. A source of points income that lasts for countless years. Moreover, as the number of factions increases, so does the income. You don't need to worry about buying and selling yourself. Such a huge sustainable income. You're a bad old man, you have 30% of points left, and you need 20% when you open your mouth. I'm afraid I'm thinking about fart eating. Old man Yamamoto, the division of points, needless to say, is naturally half a point. What you should be thinking about now is not the issue of points, but the corpse soul realm. What should you do? The old man Yamamoto waved his coat and did not answer. Rather, it says. The points are counted, but it is about the research and development and cooperation between Bangyu and the research institute. The broken jade you took away must be handed over. Aizen smiled and nodded, as if he had already prepared in his heart. Yes, even my method of making broken noodles, I have to cooperate with the research institute. After Aizen finished speaking, he prepared to leave. But the old man Yamamoto wouldn't let Aizen leave so easily. After all, the imaginary circle is virtual, and this is an excellent research material. Do you still want to be alone? Indigo dying, imaginary transaction value, split equally. No way, it's my place now. Aizen, you can think clearly, the old man will not be easily controlled by your mirror now, and his body functions can be used at will. 37 points. 5-5. 4 or 6 at most, no need to say it again, read the violent novel, just go to the Fila Novel Network. In the end, the two scored 4 or 6 points and reached an agreement. Before leaving, Aizen turned around and said, "How about taking hell away in a while?" Aizen went back. Went to put his broken legion in order. As for hell, we'll talk about that then. Old man Yamamoto knows. The next time he enters the origin, Aizen will definitely bring his broken legion with him. I can't be left behind. Captain level must enter here. And as for the human agent, shallow fighting, an item that can attract the soul and create a natal soul magic weapon composed of one's own soul. In the 6 realms of reincarnation, you can buy. It's not expensive. This is an exclusive item for the new Sanrin, called the World of Death. I don't know what it will do for us. Hey, if you can create a natal soul magic weapon, you've already made a lot of money. It is also said that the soul is already fragile, and if you get the soul treasure, it can also greatly enhance the defense and protection of the soul. That's right, the last time I saw a divine soul magic weapon that could protect or attack was a fairy treasure in the original world of the Demon Clan. Either it's the artifact in the dungeon now, the Book of Life and Death and the Judge's Pen. Among the origins, whether they are strong or low-level system cultivators. I am naturally very interested in this cheap but very effective shallow fight. Ling do you want to try shallow fighting? Li Xiaoao asked casually. Looking at the flock of lambs in front of them, they bought a bunch of shallow dozens and left. The grey wolf also followed. I'm just going to buy a batch and bring back 350 for Master Nuwa. Miss Ling you can take a handful and try it. The god of the Tenleng River was instructed by Nuwa to come here to buy a batch of shallow buckets and try the effect. Wang Wang. Thor, hurry up, put it all in your ring. Athena urged. Zhao Ling on the side, her stomach has now reacted. Apparently pregnant. These days, Shilen's Nuwa and her mother Lin Qing But he managed her very well. Never let Zhao Linger come out to play easily. I also ran out secretly with Li Xiaoao today. They are still doing well now, after all, the original fate is really miserable. Li traveled freely and witnessed the death of his mother-in-law, Lin Qing and then hugged his dead wife with his own hands, and he was a middle-aged widow, and he was dragged to block the well of gods and demons. It's not miserable. Well, now fate has been changed. His master, Zhuji Unxian, has been worshipping the moon with the professor of the Academy of Sciences for a while, and he doesn't know what he is plotting. I only know that it is about the 2 worlds of gods and demons. After the resurrection, Lin Qing'er and Zhao Ling'er have been staying here in Shilan Nuwa and living with peace of mind. Let's go back and try this thing. With the greeting of the river god, I've been playing long enough today. If it's night, I'm afraid I'll have to be nagged by Nuwa again. Strategy for the All Heavens dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 178. Where? Out of thin air, there was a shouting voice. Was so frightened that Li Xiaoao and Zhao Ling'er were jumped. Mother * 2. The person who came was Lin Qing'er, with the old servant Zhang of Xianling Island. The two people who sneaked out were caught. Qing'er Niang, Xiao Ling'er and little brother Xiaoao, they went to the Skull Island Alliance, the welcome ceremony for new members. Then I went to the pirate world, befriended Princess Shirahoshi, and became friends. Finally, at the newly opened shop in the original source, I went to see the shallow fight, this treasure of the soul. Seeing the river god smiling, he shook the whereabouts of the two of them cleanly. Zhao Ling'er puffed out her mouth and looked at the river god angrily. Humph. Brother river god, I'm going to go to Sister Athena to complain. Still suing. Ouch, mother, I was wrong. Lin Qing'er gently pinched Zhao Ling'er's ears. Zhao Ling'er's eyes narrowed, but it didn't hurt. But she still pretended to cry out in pain, so that Lin Qing'er couldn't help but let go quickly. Looking at his daughter again, how can she look painful? And is reluctant to talk about his daughter. Look at Li Xiaoao. Master Wine, and Master Moon Worship, are discussing the matter of gods and demons, and I went to help first. Li Xiaoao glanced at Zhao Ling'er, turned into a sword escape light, and left quickly. Xiao Ling'er, don't run around. Nuwa Niang and Madam, but they are all worried. The Zhang family on the side is the grandmother of Xianling Island. Hurriedly helped Zhao Ling'er and walked towards the palace. Xiao Ling'er, wait, give you this. The river god threw a flash of white light to Zhao Ling'er, and followed into Nuwa's main hall. I saw Nuwa hurrying over, followed by some white coats. This is the top private medical team in the origin. Among the great powers and the scattered people. Those medical, nursing, alchemy, gynecology, etc., among which the top masters have established a private escort team. Expensive, but certainly worth the money. Moreover, this team is all women. The price is even more expensive. But it's okay, Shilan Nuwa doesn't say anything else, there is absolutely no shortage of money. Ling'er, why did you sneak out again? Our entire Eastern universe, you can play casually, it's much safer than outside. Sister Nuwa, I'm fine. As he walked into the hall, the private escort team, Ling'er and Zhang left first. Nuwa Niang, the of the divine realm. Don't wait for Lin Qing'er to finish. Shilan Nuwa shook her head. What kind of god realm and demon realm are you, Qing'er? You can rest assured. Give them another million years, tens of millions of years, and it won't be enough for the origin secret realm raiders to fight. Not to mention that adult. The divine realm or something, it's all trivial. Isn't that wine sword immortal and Yubayu, preparing to dig the roots of the god realm? With their talents. I'm afraid it won't be long before I don't rely on others to help. They can slaughter the so-called gods. Now, you and Ling'er are at ease. It's best to let Ling'er have a few more children, and spread Nuwa's bloodline. And you? When Lin Qing'er heard that Nuwa was about to talk about herself again, she took Nuwa's hand and tightened it, her face flushed. Nuwa didn't say much and looked at the river god. Why are you still here? The river god knew that this Nuwa was neurotic, his neuroticism. In other words, the neuroticism of the entire Eastern universe immortal is transmitted from Nuwa. Look at the Tai Tu real person, look at the Dragon King Ao Guang. I'm here to give Nuwa Niang Niang a soul treasure with a discount from the store. I'm here to give Nuwa Niang Niang a soul treasure with a discount from the store. Don't say this kind of unimportant thing 3 times, River God. Read violent novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Nuwa said hatefully. Lin Qing'er covered her mouth with one hand and smiled. Suddenly, Lin Qing'er's eyes flowed, as if she had thought of something, and suddenly said, River God, if you send this thing to the galaxy. How could the River God not know what Lin Qing'er was thinking? What about the card bugs? But it's really possible. Don't talk about funny anime and it's unrealistic. Yes, but the more powerful something is, the more energy it consumes. The power of this involves not the strength of the object itself. It's the power of its essence. And this kind of secret treasure about the soul, even if I use my authority to make 3 kinds of gold, silver, and bronze. It's just an ordinary gold and stone item, and it can't have its own abilities. Nuwa was still excited just now. I also want to use this trick to grab business with the exclusive store of the 6 reincarnations. The result is all ordinary gold and silver mortals, without power. Isn't that pure rubbish? Owner, grab business with me? I don't know about the bug of the River God. Forget it, come to Qing'er, let's try. Lin Qing'er saw Nuwa's interested appearance, and also took a white ball of light from the River God. The ball of light is handed, and a message is transmitted into the mind. How to use: go directly to the brain. Very good, very simple and crude method. Nuwa directly slammed the ball of light into her head. Moment. It was a powerful burst of energy. If it is placed in the world of death, the place where spiritual pressure is the root of power. This level of spiritual pressure, I am afraid that in a few minutes, it can sweep the entire void circle. When the Spirit King saw it, he had to tremble 3 times. The powerful fairy light dissipated. What remained in front of Nuwa was a very familiar thing. A mobile phone. Stumble. What the hell is this? The electronic version of the Shanhe Society. What's the name? That's right. This is the treasure of Nuwa's soul that she has just obtained, that is, just like the god of death has just obtained the sword of slashing. But Nuwa was able to learn her real name in an instant, and even, Wangzhao, crossed the first stage of liberation, that is, the beginning of liberation. Directly called the full name, and carried out a swastika. It can only be said that cattle batches. But why is it an electronic version? It seems to be a palm-sized mobile phone, or an electronic device like a tablet. Nuwa Niang Niang, you have to see what's the use. The River God reminded from the sidelines. Nuwa didn't complain anymore and held the phone in her hand. My heart moved. A huge curtain unfolded around him. It seems that the entire Eastern universe controlled by Nuwa is encapsulated in this huge curtain of light. With just one thought, it can be teleported to every corner of the universe in an instant. In addition, it has a powerful ability to trap enemies in the giant screen. See this? Nuwa laughed stupidly. Not bad, not bad. Qing'er, take a look, what can you get? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 179. Qing'er, let's see what you're going to get. Nuwa shrunk the electronic version of her mountain and river society map to the palm of her hand. Like a smartphone. When Lin Qing'er heard Nuwa's words, she didn't procrastinate. The shallow light ball in the 6 reincarnations is slammed into the brain. The spirit shuddered. At the same time, inside the palace courtyard, Zhao Ling'er was also at this time, and hit the light ball shallow into his head. At the same time as her mother, she attracted her soul and built a soul magic weapon. This time, there was no such thing as Nawaz, the powerful pure power of the divine soul appeared. But all of a sudden, in the heavenly firmament, endless red light filled the entire cosmic firmament. Tina is a leg. What is this old woman Nawa doing such a big battle? Odin muttered. Wang Wang. Huh. Is it Nawa, the old woman, the two girls who brought back from other worlds, who are using this new thing? Is it so? Sundog, let's try it too. Wang. And in another temple, Athena also informed Zeus of the news she had received from the river god. At this time, Zeus obtained from the world of the wrath of the gods, the lightning spear artifact. I learned a lot from it. After all, it was the god King Zeus 377, the artifact used to fight the Titans. It is entangled in the remnants of its heavens and thunder powers. Hurry up. Daughter, don't let Nuwa throw us down. Let's try it too. Zeus was a little blushing at the old woman. On the other side, the little King Kong is one head and too big. This red light in the sky is mixed with inexplicable majesty. It seems to be in the distant space-time universe. There is an inexplicable artifact that envelopes this realm with power. If the artifact moves at will, I'm afraid that the entire universe is in danger of extinction. But it's okay. The sky fell, and there was a tall man on top of it. Let's stay at home with the queen. However, this thing sent by the UN Lord is really good. Unexpectedly, in the depths of his soul, he actually built an incarnation outside his body. Is it because I have been taught a lesson by the queen for so long? In the depths of my soul, I thought of this as a substitute for my own work. It's okay to have an out-of-body incarnation to help you deal with the weekday crisis of time and space. Also, lest the queen shout every day that she only cares about work and doesn't care about her family. And in the middle of the universe, the red light drifts infinite light years away. There is no weakening over time. On the contrary, it is becoming more and more glamorous. Until a red hydrangea appeared in the red light. A jade hand like a god is caressing the hydrangea. I'm a good girl. What's this? Looked at Lord Nuwa's bewildered expression. As a subordinate river god, he did say calmly. Lord Nuwa, calm, calm. Calm down with a yarn. As soon as the words fell, he seemed to see the slender jade hand tremble slightly. Can the girl hear the old lady? Shi Leng Nuwa Leng Leng said. Sure enough, I saw that the jade hand was no longer shaking. It's like the green tendons are bursting out. You don't look like a good person. Click. The red light of the canopy seemed to be shaking violently. But the next moment, Shi Len Nuwa, Lin Qing Zhao Ling the three of them were all stunned. Came to a place filled with red light. A woman was approaching. Nuwa Niang Niang. Seeing this woman, Lin Qing and Zhao Ling their voices blurted out instantly. Ji Niang, also Nuwa. Better than me. Well, that's what Shilen Nuwa said. And that person is Nuwa. If you read a violent novel, go to Filu Novel Network. Immortal Deo Flood, The Respect of Saints, Nuwa Niang Niang. Last time, it was she who rewarded a multicolored stone and gave it to the Monkey King of the world of Wukong. Just happened to be inexplicably pulled, similar to the so-called live broadcast that day. I didn't think about it, but I actually saw the scene just now. One side of the world nervous jumping, of J, Nuwa. That was right, and it made him bite his silver teeth. What do you mean by a? What is maintenance? The respect of my saints, still need to be maintained? 18 forever, okay. You know the. Glancing at Shilen Nuwa, Hong Huang Nuwa looked at Lin Qing's mother and daughter. I already know all about you. You're doing a great job. I know they're doing a good job, so that's why I've kept them with me. Shilen Nuwa said with a grin. When Linger gives birth to the bloodline, I will lead the army and set foot on that heavenly realm. What the hell, curses? Linger and them, they don't even dare to go back to their own world now. Shilan Nuwa knew that she could fight with the divine realm. It's a big deal to call those bad old men and go together. It's not that she doesn't go. Rather, the origin space does not allow it. She doesn't have the strength to attack across the universe. Therefore, I can only wait for the Wine Sword Fairy and the Moon Worship to plan. The reason why Nuwa came here was just a trace of divine thoughts. It's still the source that allows it, so you can come over. So you can't stay long. However, it can also allow her to do a lot of things. Humph. My Nuwa bloodline, how can the so-called heavenly gods of one world be able to curse at will? Wait. After the desolate Nuwa finished speaking, the thought disappeared. In a split second. Within the wilderness. Heaven and earth change. The sage's coercion spread from within the Wa palace to the boundless desolation and the heavens to which it belonged. Senior sister, what's wrong, why are you so angry? A man whispered. If you pinch your fingers, it's nothing. Could it be the world of Lich War that has just been opened up for the sake of catastrophe? The Terrans there are in a difficult situation that makes Nuwa so angry? That's not going to be. If you die in the catastrophe over there, you can also be reborn in the Flood Wasteland Immortal Realm, and you will have a great future. This was said by the saints at the beginning. The next moment, though, the other 6 saints who were confused, including Hung Jun, also knew the reason. No wonder even Hung Jun can't be counted. It wasn't in the midst of the desolate heavens. The last time Nuwa rewarded the colorful stone, and the Queen Mother rewarded the peach, they are all vivid. And this time, it's actually about a world, Nuwa's bloodline. Miserable. It's miserable. No wonder Nuwa is so angry. If it's not for the infinite distance, you can't shoot. Be yourself. I'm afraid that I will throw the baby to that world early. Nuwa, what do you want? It was Hung Jun who asked. Teacher, Nuwa wants a trace of Emperor Qi. Accurate. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 180. The number of Heavenly Emperor Qi. Although it is only a trace, it is also the Heavenly Emperor fruit position involving the flood desolation. Whatever Nuwa wants, it's up to her. It's just a world, so why don't you go with her spoil? But, in the moment of Hung Jun's consent, a portal suddenly appearing in front of it. It didn't happen quietly. Rather, it was generous and square, in front of it. So as not to appear in a silent way, some are not polite. Hung Jun said with a smile on his lips. Thank you. Then, the news of this portal appeared in the hearts of all the saints. The world of gastronomy. Gourmet cell. God of food. The saints nodded slightly, good world. Leave it to your disciples, or heavenly court to explore. It may be possible to have the opportunity to touch and sanctify with the help of this worldly power. After Hung Jun finished speaking, he paused, and then continued. If I have the opportunity, I may be able to use this to reach out to more of the heavens. It may not be impossible to surpass the saint of the mixed UN infinite Logojin immortal and surpass the heavenly Deo. This Taoist friend's supernatural powers, I am far behind. Listen to what Hung Jun said. But the saints were astonished. Teacher, the live broadcast that the 2 junior sisters watched last time was made by this Taoist friend. That world is like the immortal world that we have transformed into by the catastrophe of Journey to the West. But it's also extremely weak. That one really has such great powers. Tong Tien, one of the 3 clears, said bluntly. Hung Jun shook the portal in front of him and stood tall in the heavenly court. The Emperor of Heaven and the Queen Mother brought all the immortals to worship the Deo ancestor, and then worship at this gate. The portal opened with a bang. The strange and inexplicable world has appeared in front of you. That Taoist friend's supernatural powers are true. Let's talk about the world of food that leads to the gateway in front of you. It's also considered powerful, at least it can have a lot of sharpening effects on disciples below the golden immortal. Such a world, or a world stronger than it. It's the same as ours, or even stronger, that fellow Taoist is involved. As soon as Hung Jun's words came out, it made the saints want to move. They have been stuck in this mixed UN infinite logo Jinxian for too long. If you have the opportunity, you can step into a higher realm. Pursue the boundless heavenly Dao, even the great Dao. Senior sister, go quickly, that. Tong Tien paused, and looked at Hung Jun again. Teacher, what should you call that one? Hung Jun closed his eyes, and an ordinary figure seemed to appear in his eyes. The name of the Taoist friend is Yuan. You are waiting for his predecessors. His cultivation has exceeded the imagination of saints such as you, and he must not be neglected. Tong Tien nodded and said to Nuwa. Senior sister, since Senior Yuan allowed you to meddle in the matter of that Nuwa's bloodline, it must be a deep relationship with you. Ahem, ahem, ahem. Hearing this, several saints coughed lightly. How to drop? Look at your posture through the sky. It's like wanting to sell my sister. Nuwa also looked at the sky with a blank look. Master, Nuwa will go back when she goes. As soon as Nuwa's heart moved, a thought, wrapped in the heavenly emperor's chi, and returned to the ten-cold universe. Also ignored the call of the junior sister and sister of Tong Tien. Is it so slow? I'm going to do yoga and bodybuilding. When Hong Huang Nuwa heard Shilan Nuwa say this, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but curl slightly. You should rely on these maintenance to maintain your appearance. Unlike the saint, he is born beautiful. The words of my heart are not spoken. But as soon as I vomited in my heart, I reacted. A saint who is a saint himself would have such thoughts. It's just that she doesn't know it herself. If you read a violent novel, go to Filu Novel Network. She was just a thought. These 10 cold universes have their own powerful spit concept energy. Even the thoughts of saints can be unconsciously affected. Nuwa Niang Niang. Sister Nuwa. Cut. 3 voices, with the arrival of the flood desolation Nuwa, sounded one after another. Glanced at Shilan Nuwa. Then he looked at Lin Qing'er's mother and daughter, and her face was straight. I have all the information about your world. Since the Nuwa clan chose to leave the heavenly realm and protect the human race, he was spurned and cursed by the so-called gods of the heavenly realm. Every Nuwa bloodline will suffer an inexplicable catastrophe and die. You will never be able to escape the mockery and influence of the divine realm. One ring after another, never fades. So they damn it. Nuwa said this. A shake of the hand. The red light that permeated the universe instantly merged into the soul of Lin Qing'er's mother goddess. 2 red hydrangeas appeared in front of them. This is their slashing knife. There is no liberation to speak of. Like the 10 cold Nuwa, the appearance is complete liberation. This is thanks to the help of Hong Huang Nuwa. These 2 artifacts have been infused with the power of my Lingbao red hydrangea. Under one blow, the world will be destroyed. The fate of this world will also end in the hands of the 2 of you. As for what should happen, it's up to you and the 2 of you. After speaking, Nuwa pointed out. It is the number of the Emperor of the Flood Desolation. Got into Lin Qing'er's eyebrows. She has already experienced love and hatred, and she will definitely be able to afford this fate. At this moment, Lin Qing'er may not know what the number of heavenly emperors Qi is. But for the 2 of them, the red hydrangea has the power to destroy the fairy sword world with one blow. It also shocked her. Immediately held Zhao Ling'er and thanked Nuwa in the wilderness. Thank you, Nuwa Niang Niang. Thank you, Sister Nuwa. Hong Huang Nuwa smiled. Another finger was pointed. My last breath will be given to your unborn child. When this woman is born, she will definitely be in the heavens, and she will raise the name of our Nuwa. When he said that, the power of the desolate Nuwa has been completely exhausted. At the moment when it was about to disappear, a bunch of miscellaneous inexplicable things were thrown away by Shilen Nuwa. With the thought of the desolate Nuwa, she disappeared without a trace. Now it's okay, Ching-er, you and Ling-er, you can return to your own world in the light. Give many Nuwa bloodlines to take revenge. Shilen Nuwa said happily from the bottom of her heart, holding the two of them, and returned to the palace with a flash. And that trace of the thought of the desolate Nuwa, wrapped around Nuwa, who didn't know something, returned to the body of the desolate desolation. These things fall on the clouds. The will of the saints immediately swept over, including Hung Jun. Nuwa subconsciously protected these things. Provoke several saints to shout loudly. Senior sister, learn to share. Just.